In this video, you will learn how to set up session replays. With Plerdy session recordings, you can see your website through the user's eyes. Recordings are playbacks of users interacting with your site, scrolling, moving, and rage-clicking on it. When you're starting out, the first step is setting up the recordings. In your Plerdy account, navigate to Session Replay, Set Up Recording. On the left side of this page, you'll have to add the rules for the recordings. First of all, select the pages you want to record. Here you have three options to go. All means that Plerdy will be recording sessions on all pages of your website where the Plerdy code is added. Exact match means that you have to paste all URLs of the page you want to track, and in the contains option, you need to add the part of the URL which is the same for all pages you want to track. There is always a limit of session recordings on each plan, so check out how many of them you have available and decide what pages you want to include. In order to narrow down the recordings and focus only on the most important, you can also apply additional rules and filters. You can select the locations for which you want to see the session recordings. Also, you can select specific user groups. As mentioned in the previous video, user groups should be custom created upfront by adding a piece of code to your website. You can find more about setting up the user groups in Settings, User Groups. Then you can also specify how many seconds should the session length in order to be recorded. Below, we have specific events like cursor movements, page scrolls, clicks, and keyboard inputs. You can specify how many of each event should be made by the user in order to be recorded. Sessions that don't meet all of these rules will not be recorded. Generally, it is not recommended to set up too many rules for your first recordings. Let's think of the session lengths, for example. Recording short video sessions of 3-5 seconds can actually provide you the information that something is wrong with the design of the page, the message can be not correct, or there can be some issues, so the user does not understand how to use the website and close it immediately. Sometimes a bigger number of short sessions can mean that your Google Ads, Facebook ads, or other campaigns are not configured correctly. Also, let's consider the standard events like cursor movements, clicks, inputs. Users who do not perform standard events may also have issues with not understanding the site's navigation and design, even if they spend a lot of time on the website. On the other hand, if we have a blog article, users might not be clicking at all, only scrolling. So it is important not to exclude too many sessions. At the very end of this page, you can also set up the automatic deleting of the recording. As mentioned, there is always a limit of the recording, so in order to record new sessions, you always need to have free space for it. Automatic deleting of the old session is a very helpful feature that allows you to get rid of the recordings that are not important anymore and you will not watch them. You can delete sessions that are older than 48 hours up to half of the year, all depending on the frequency of your analysis. However, you can also delete videos manually in the session recordings report after you watch the recording, made your conclusion, and no longer need this recording, you can delete it. On the right side of this page, you will see what pages are being recorded now, and you can modify your choice. You can delete some pages, you can turn on or turn off some of the existing options, and of course, you can add some new pages. After you successfully set up the rules for the recording, you will be able to view the session replays in the list of video sessions. For information on how to analyze the session replays, go to the following video.